Hello and welcome to the Staffs Worcestershire Canal. I am in a place that I've never fished before. I was walking along here recently with a lure rod and I saw a carp top at dusk. So I thought I would come back and give it a try. And as you can no doubt tell from the way I'm talking, well, I've got one on and also I've got one in the net, and I'll show you that in a moment or two. Here it is. I've just got the hook out. I'll tell you what, that's a nice fish for the Staffs Worcestershire Canal. That fish has now gone back. I was going to do a slow-mo video of it being returned, but there were some people coming along the towpath and I didn't necessarily want anyone to know, they might be anglers, that I'd caught that carp. Does that sound selfish? Does that sound as if I'm talking from a self-preservation angle? Well, I would say it's certainly not selfish, but from a self-preservation perspective, absolutely. You have to be careful what you release on the internet. I've been blogging since 2003 and I've had many people over the years ask me, where do you fish? Where was the spot? Sometimes I've caught fish that I've spent hundreds of rod hours trying to track down, and then what people are saying is, could you tell me that exact place where you caught the fish? And when you aren't forthcoming, some of them just don't reply. Others go on a little bit of a rant accusing you of being selfish. But if you think about it, it's more selfish to expect someone else to do all the hard work for you. Plus, when you do find fish yourself and you catch them, it gives you a greater sense of reward than if someone puts you in the spot, tells you what to fish with, tells you what bait to use, and all those other pointers that folks are looking for. I think there's great value in, if I could use that word in a general sense, pioneering and catching fish for yourself like I have just now. I'm actually going to show you what I'm fishing with now. It's not a carp setup at all. I've got a bead there and a shot underneath it, small lead, and the business end I've got a size 6 Drennan Super Specialist and a big worm. Of course I'll catch perch and chub fishing in that manner, and I'm not that bothered if I do, although you want to set your stall out to catch something, and I've done that already, so I've reached my target. But if you do catch other fish as well, it's all great fun. I've cast out again. I'll be watching the rod top, of course, while I talk. I'm in a swim that has, to the side of me, as you can see behind there, some dense vegetation, and that's overhanging as it makes its way along the canal. So when you fish, it doesn't matter whether you're after an elusive canal carp like I am today, or perhaps a net full of small gudgeon. It's all about location. Where you put your bait is important. Think it through even before you set off from the house, perhaps driving in the car. Think about your location, think about your preparation, your approach, and in the context of what I'm talking right now, it's the first one, the location. Think about where you put your bait. I've fished gravel pits in the past when I've had on a plateau. I've had baits 6 feet apart, and during the night the one has produced and the other one hasn't. Identical baits, identical setup in the same area, and yet it's been the one that's produced a fish. You don't know why. If you could go underwater, perhaps you would have more of an idea, but that shows how just 6 feet away can draw a blank, whereas the bait in that spot produces the fish. Thinking is a massive part of being a successful angler.